Good morning, Tony Dottino. And as you may well see, the Northeast is getting buried with snow and the blizzard, and that brings the cold weather down into Florida. Morning temperature here in Windermere, Florida, which is near the Disney World complex, is 38 degrees. So getting up this morning, it was a little chilly, and I'm off to an appointment in a few minutes, and wanted to get my Live with Tony done so my day doesn't get by me. And yes, it's a bit chilly, so 40 degrees and going outside for me is a little bit cold. And those of you in the Northeast getting buried with 18 inches of snow probably are doing a lot worse than that, and hopefully staying in and have your food and everything is okay. But I wanted to bring you up to date this morning before I got my day on a couple of things. We finally have got our dates pinned down for the USA Memory Championship. Our final event will be here at Full Sail University, and that will be done on August the 29th, and that's on a Saturday. And we look forward to our 27th USA Memory Championship. And boy, does that bring back memories for me to 1995, doing our first event. It's like, holy crow. 27 years of doing the Memory Championship, and I just can't believe it. We had to skip a couple because of different, the COVID and things of that sort, but I remember the Park Central Hotel, Tony Buzan, Vonda North, and Karen Pinson. We were there to run the first event. We had 17 people come in and compete. We had a room full of TV reporters and media. We were on local radio. We were on local TV stations. Diane Sawyer actually took the winner at the time, Tatiana Cooley. And we had more newspaper people coming to report on the first USA Memory Championship to say, what is this thing going to be? What is this going to be like? How are they going to be, what are they going to be doing in this thing? And so we had to stage the reporters to come into the room a bit at a time, because at that time we had a relatively small room. This was our first event. We just, and Tony Buzan and Vonda North were there to help us to figure out how to run it. And so off we did. It was a very successful event. Tatiana was the winner, who actually was a story in herself. She actually, we were ready to start the competition, and she walked into the room and said, I'm sorry, I just heard this on the radio, and I would love to compete. Can I still get into the competition? And we huddled, and the team huddled and said, why not? What the heck? It's supposed to be a fun thing. It's our first event. We admitted her in at the very last minute, and lo and behold, she wins the competition. So what a story our first event was. And here we are now getting ready for our 27th competition here at Full Sail University. It's a college that that has been wonderful in supporting us. They have a studio. They do a lot of work for students in the media world, and they have a regular TV studio set up. It's like a TV studio. They're teaching these kids how to go out and work in the media world and put on TV productions and things. And they've been wonderful. Corbett Campbell, who is their executive that runs that program for us, just does a great job with his team in getting it ready and running a first-class event that we then put out on YouTube the day after. So that gets edited and it goes out to YouTube, and we are able to get that out as well. So we're on our way for the 27th event, and we are working on finalizing with the Memory League people and getting them a final date, which would be sometime at the end of July. We were reaching out to them yesterday to get a qualifying event, which we do live on Zoom. I guess we call that Zoom, where we let people come from all over the country. They don't have to travel. They don't have to buy plane tickets and stuff. They can sit at home, and we run them through 5 different games that come off the Memory League website. And they are able to do their qualifying events there, and we take the top 12 people and 2 alternates, and we invite them to come to Winter Park, Florida at Full Sail to compete. And then, of course, at Full Sail, it's about 5 miles away from the University of Central Florida, and it's a big-time Saturday football game, so we always have to watch the time and the time of their games, and making it easy for our competitors to get to the college. So there's a lot of logistics that Karen Pinson has to go through, and Karen does a bang-up job on this every year, and knowing what we're doing and getting the registrations and getting everybody set and done. So she does an amazing job in doing all of that work that doesn't even get recognized by the competitors at times. And I certainly recognize it, because without her, I don't know that we'd be doing these games, because the amount of work that she puts into these, and getting the games together for the finals, getting the competitors registered, getting information, responding to emails. And so we are getting ready to go for our 27th event, and we'll see what we have. It's always interesting to see the competitors that enter and how they want to compete, and so that our website should be updated this week. Registration form should be updated this week, and off and go. We will find out how many mental athletes want to compete for who's got the best memory in the United States. Along with that, I've got a couple of days of vacation planned here in St. Augustine's, Florida. And when we planned that trip for a few days to St. Augustine's, Florida, we were thinking 75, 80-degree temperatures, and we find out that our next few days will be a high of 55, and we'll not be going to the beach, but we'll have some fun going to St. Augustine's. There's Flagler College there. There's a fort that they have there on the ocean. There is a beach. We may just do our walking in with maybe a little bit of a heavier dress, but we're planning to take a few days off. So you will not see me here most likely on Wednesday unless something goes awry with our vacation plans. But we'll be back on Friday. So it's just a short trip. We're getting away with some friends for a few days. A couple of friends that have been very supportive of our memory championship, and they love to come and watch it. They've been a part of judging it when we were in New York City at Con Edison. They were judges. It's Kathy and Greg Fowler. Great people, really terrific about being part of it, and they miss it. So they come here. They now live here in Florida as well, and they come over to the event to see it. And so we've built up a great group of followers and people that want to know what we're doing, when we're doing it. And so we haven't gotten the final date in July for the qualifying. It's going to either be one of the last 2 Saturdays of the month. Karen is going to be on a cruise coming off at July 14th, so it's going to be somewhere after July 14th, either that immediate Saturday or the Saturday after. But she's got everything organized before she even takes the cruise, so we need to get with our friends at Memory League and get their date to lock that down. That's where we're going, and hopefully everybody is going to stay safe. Everybody's doing their memory techniques. What still amazes me is people don't realize that memory is a skill. There are things you can learn about how to better remember names and faces, how to remember information you're reading in text, tools and techniques that you can use, how do you remember strings of numbers, how do you remember the list of your shopping list, as we say, and how do you exercise your brain? And as we continue to go with AI and social media things that make things easier, we think, for our learning and just look at a phone, we still need to keep this going up here, because once we lose our cognitive function, boy, what does the world look like? And I don't want to ever find that out. So what are we doing? We're trying to teach people that there are skills they can utilize to improve your memory at any age, and the Memory Championship just works to demonstrate that. So we'll see you back here on Friday. As I said, as long as our plans stay as they are, we will be off on Wednesday and back on Friday. So have a good week. And if you're in the Northeast listening to this, don't over shovel. And I'm being told it's some heavy snow. It's got rain and wet mixed in it, and just be careful. And eventually it will go away, and eventually you take your time and take your breaks. And we'll see you back here on Friday.